Hey guys, what is up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So I decided I wanted to show you guys what I am doing as far as food wise. So you guys know I've been on this new plan and I still can't tell you guys what it is yet, but I promise you when I can, I will. So you guys know before I started this that I was doing keto. I was showing it and I was doing it. So I am not doing that anymore. I do eat fruit and I do eat veggies, obviously, and carbs. That is what I'm going to prep for you guys right now because I like my stuff ready to go. Easy, simple, and honestly, just grab and go. It's just easier. You don't have to think about it, and everything just works better. So I'm going to show you all of that. I know I've gotten some bad angles, but I'm trying to grab all this stuff out of my fridge. I'm gonna pull it out real quick and then I'll show you. So this is everything that I am about to prep. There's like water on the counter, so but I'm gonna cut up these green peppers, some mushrooms, and I'm gonna put them on this stick with some shrimp and make like shrimp skewers, but the bag is leaking, so I'm gonna put it in my sink. And then in here, I have chicken that I'm gonna portion out so that it's just ready to go. Now, the way I made this chicken, if I would have thought about this, I would have recorded it, but you know, I'm not the best YouTuber out there. You know, I'm still learning. So the way I did this was I just put it in the crock pot with the tiniest little bit of chicken broth, low sodium chicken broth. Just a little bit. You just need to coat the bottom. You probably don't even need to do that, but whatever. And you can do it with frozen chicken or regular chicken, but I put it in there and I let it go for 3 to 4 hours. 4 hours because I like my chicken super dry to make sure that it's cooked. I'm just really weird about it. And then I took my hand mixer, put it in the crock pot and mixed it together. I promise you guys, you're not gonna get mush. It's actually just gonna shred extremely easy. So that's how I did that. I'm going to prep this, put it into baggies, put this into baggies, put these into baggies. My grapes are gonna go in the freezer because frozen grapes are candy to me. And then we have this thing, so I'm just gonna put the rest of the eggs in here. But yeah, I just wanna like have everything ready to go and prepped so that there's no reason that we fail. You know what I'm saying? Washed, everything, just like boom, ready to go. These can go back in the fridge now. And then I go ahead and just get out my measuring cups that I need. So here are my measurements. 1 cup for fruit and veggie, 3/4 cup for protein, 1/2 cup for starches and carbs. I have a little grill pan and I will grill up my skewers. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the bell pepper, wash the other ingredients. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take a 1/2 cup of the veggies. I'll go ahead and say that's a half. It's a little bit over, but I mean, it's because the veggies are huge. And then take my little skewer and I'm gonna go ahead and take the shrimp off and pull this one down a little bit. And then just put and like try, oh, I just split that one in half, okay. Let me see if putting it this way will. And then a pepper, a shrimp, and I guess another pepper. Oh, this is not going the way I wanted to. Shazam, I didn't grab a plate. There's one. I guess like we'll just have some extra shrimp on the side. One skewer has all the shrimp. Whoops, my bad. Okay, there. And then I'll just we'll each get 2 extra, I guess. And we'll have 2 extra pieces of the thing. And that's totally okay. We're gonna have more veggies with this as well. This isn't just like the whole thing. Actually, when you do it like that, it's like, let me just retry this. Boom, there we go. Okay, and we could actually throw on another mushroom there. Boom, and boom, there's the last one. So I'm gonna go ahead and grill these. The seasoning I'm gonna use for them is just some adobo and salt, sea salt. Okay, so what kind of sucks about this is I only have this little pan. I have to do them like one at a time. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this out because this is way too much. Okay, so I decided to take it off the skewers just because I felt like it wasn't cooking all the way through. So I just took it off. Now I have a plate. I know that the serving size is 8 shrimpy things. And once they cool down, I will go ahead and put them in a baggie just for convenience. And that'll take about 10 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the rest of the stuff. So what I do with the rest of my veggies here is I go ahead and put them in a bag, and whenever I'm ready to use them for whatever, I could use them for an omelet in the morning, I could use them for whatever I'm having for dinner, pre-workout, post-workout, snack, just something to grab real quick as a snack. I just have them in there ready to go in a gallon-sized baggie. They're already cut up. So yeah, and that way my family can use them as well. And I just measure out what I need and I'm good to go. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take all these grapes off of the vine and put them in here, and I'm gonna wash them real quick and then start putting them into individual serving sized baggies. Half of the baggies will go in the freezer and half of them will go in the fridge. If not all, because we do have a lot of fruit that we bought this week that we need to use up. So I might just go ahead and put these all in the freezer. That way we don't have to buy fruit for a little bit. And we have some, and if I'm having a craving of some sort, something sweet, I can have one of these bad boys and call it a day. These literally cure any sweet tooth that I have, whether it's for something that's not even like this, like let's say it's donuts or something. I eat some of these and I don't have that sweet tooth at all after these. For some odd reason, my camera like just shut off. But I feel like as I'm doing this, like it's just getting easier. I feel this is honestly, I think, the longest time I've done a program where I haven't freaked out and like expected to drop 20 pounds in a week. And that was like a big problem of mine. Can't preach enough, you know, counseling if you really need it and you know you need it, even though you don't want to go. Nobody wants to go to counseling. Nobody wants to be told that there's something wrong with them. But it's been such a blessing and I'm so glad that I went. Okay, and boom. These will go ahead and go in the freezer. And then I'm gonna go ahead and portion out the chicken. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and just put these in a container. They're all ready to go, all prepped out. And I like to keep all of my stuff together. So I'm gonna go ahead and make like a little space for the shrimp things, and I'm gonna go ahead and put those in here as well. And these will be served with half a cup of lettuce, any type of lettuce you want. And I will eat them as a salad. As my dressing, sometimes I will have dressing, other times I will just do hot sauce. And you're good to go. So there is my protein, all ready to go. I'm packed. I can just open the lid, grab one, and go. I always make sure that I put my hand over the top, because if you are not completely touching the rim of the cup, then it's over, and that could be I mean, obviously it can be just a few calories because it's just strawberries, or that could be a few hundred calories depending on what you're measuring. So I always make that like a priority to be able to close a lid or be able to put my hand completely flat onto the measuring cup with whatever it is I am measuring out. So see, this is overfilled. My hand does not completely come flat like that, so I go ahead and take a few out, bring it all in, and then I can completely put my hand flat. And a big reason I do this is because a lot of the time we don't realize that measuring cups are not all the same size. Obviously the most accurate way to get a measurement is to weigh your food out, but I am not counting calories down to a complete T. I'm just, I guess, being mindful of everything. Oh, I just put that straight in the bag. I'm just being kind of mindful about everything. Like I said, I'm following a certain specific plan, so this is just what I'm doing. The plan is kind of counting the calories for me so I don't have to worry about it. I feel as if counting calories works. It definitely works, it's science, but I was going crazy. I'm just not mentally stable enough for it, I guess. I'm not mentally prepared for it. I don't know how you would say that. I'm just not, it's not good for me. I can do it, but I start to go a little crazy about it. And I'd just rather live my life, you know, portioning out my foods like this and being sane. You feel me? There's nothing against counting calories. There's nothing against keto. There's nothing against Herbalife, Atkins, Shakeology, any of that. I'm just doing what's working for me right now. So, and soon enough you guys will find out. I know some people are like, hey, you know, why not share if it'll help somebody? And it's kind of like, well, I kind of have to help myself before I can help anyone else, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to get a bunch of questions that I can't answer because of going through the process. A lot of celebrities, a lot of people will go kind of MIA and then come back as a whole new person. And while I'm not leaving YouTube, I will never leave YouTube like that. I might leave for a little bit and come back, but it's not the same as this. So now I'm gonna do the same thing with my blueberry. And blueberries, holy crap. You can get a lot of blueberries for a cup. That is a flippin' lot. I don't even think it's gonna fit in this bag because there's so much. Oh, nope, it fits. Now, I don't eat blueberries every day. They're not my favorite fruit, but I really like them with cottage cheese. So that's like my favorite thing right now. And then this is about, I don't know, 1/3 of a cup, maybe a little bit more, whatever, we'll still count it. And I'll probably have that, I'll throw that in a smoothie with like half a banana or something. And then here's all my containers or things. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the containers. Actually, I have like a little limp bag. This doesn't have the full amount, so I would go ahead and have these two together. Okay, so I did not realize that I was covering the mic when I made this part, but whatever. So this is my little shelf in the fridge. I have some roasted red pepper, some little holy guacamole, avocado things. The only ingredient in this holy guacamole little mini thing is Hass avocado. That is very important for me because I don't like onions. But then I have my chicken and my fruit back there, some almond milk, some chicken broth, which I thought that was low sodium and it's not. Then we have some Greek yogurt, some cottage cheese, some lettuce, and our veggies back there. I just pulled down the queso fresco and the feta cheese because that is also included in our healthy fat. But I'm still covering the mic. So what I'm about to tell you guys is that sometimes with our chicken, we like to add this stuff called Arizona Ranch. If you guys do not have a Quaker Steak and Lube, you may have seen this in Walmart. You may have not. It's just like a sauce. We have little containers where we measure out our sauce as well, but that is pretty much it. Our prepped everything. Like, we're ready to go. We have no excuses. We're not gonna mess up. We're Everything is already portioned out, so there's no little snacking here and there, you know, as we're pulling everything out. So that is how I meal prep. Sorry, I was putting that back in my mom's lunch because I pulled it out. But we have our meals. We go ahead and have our mini meals as throughout the day, and then I go ahead and cook something for dinner that is not that, because nobody wants refrigerated, like pre-made stuff all the time. So dinner is the meal, or I guess my pre and post workout meal is the meal where I have my carbs, and is the meal where I make it fresh. And I'll have like half a sweet potato, like this is a pretty big sweet potato, so I'll have half of this, or I will have a piece of sprouted bread. Like, there's so many possibilities on what you can do, and I'm not so much as focusing on losing weight at the moment. I'm focusing on being healthy, and the weight is kind of just melting off with it. I feel really good, but that is how I meal prep. It was an hour. It took me an hour. I started at 3 o'clock because I had to get my vlog up, and that took me a minute, but I started at 3 o'clock and I ended at 4:10. So it took me an hour and 10 minutes to get my week ready, to make sure that I am successful with trying to be the absolute healthiest that I can. Fitness guru. But if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we always want you here. Also, make sure you hit that little bell too, because people aren't getting my notifications. And if you want to see more videos from me about my journey, about what's going on in my life, just random videos sometimes that don't even make sense, then make sure you hit that little bell. I love you guys, and I will be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
I want you to be alive. I want you to be alive.